Welcome back to BaldHeaded Metal, guys. My name is Joseph. Today, we're reacting to another Sabaton song. You guys know basically every single song I heard so far, I've really liked it. Bismarck's so far my favorite. And today, we're going to do Defense of Moscow. For those who are new to this channel, not aware, or it's your first time here, I'm Russian myself, so I purposely want to check out one of their war songs about Moscow, it being a very integral part of Russia. There was a lot of cities like Stalingrad, Moscow, when the general said they cannot be taken. If those cities are taken, Russia will fall. So sometimes these places were defended by up to like 20 people until reinforcements came, and they had some really hard-fought battles. Even in Stalingrad, people resorted to cannibalism because the borders were closed off by the Germans and they weren't able to get supplies into the city. So people resorted to cannibalism. It was really insane stories you would hear growing up as a kid with the history of Russia. So it's going to be interesting how they're going to portray it in the music video, in the song. I'm excited. Is there lyrics? Yeah, I'm going to put some closed captions so I can see what's going on with the lyrics as well. Let's get into it. If you're new to this channel, just be ready. If there's something I don't like, maybe something I don't understand, I always express my point of view and opinion and create conversations with you guys so we can go for a little bit of a back and forth. Without any further ado, let's do this. Nazi Germany has pushed into Russia and it was preparing for the final assault. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, I used to be really good in World War I and II history. Not so much anymore, to be honest. Had been a while. But again, just a million soldiers from each side defending different Yeah. Yeah, Blitzkrieg, right? Not Blitzkrieg, what was it called? Oh my god. The operation the Germans developed those really fast tanks that were able to cross lands really quickly. People couldn't believe how fast they were crossing various sectors to take over places before they could even relay a message to them, and they would do a lot of surprise attacks. Blitzkrieg was the bombing of England, I remember that. If anybody can remember what that was called, the really fast operation. What was it called? Blitzkrieg. Oh my god.
As the Wehrmacht overrun, Russia 1941. They don't get it long, we stand our ground, a million strong. We are ready for the strike, face the army of the Reich, a million strong. This is our land, they don't belong. Here march our Shukos and Stalin's orders. Defend the motherland, Moscow shall not fall.
Shall not fall, exactly. And you know what was happening in Russia as a kid? I only went to beginning second grade in Russia. And even then, you remember, during the day the war ended, was May 9th, 1945, you would have veterans come to your school and they would tell you stories as kids, even like first grade. They would tell you stories as kids of what they went through and how hard it was for them. And you, as the young generation, the first generation, right? You would bring them flowers and, you know, something nice for them, just as a remembrance. And it's probably one of the biggest parades in Russia is the day the war ended, because how many soldiers were lost, first of all, from the German side, and then Stalin doing his own work as well. How many Russian people have died in that war. It's always been a very sensitive subject. There's a lot of war movies in Russia about it, because it's always been a topic, and just it's a great tragedy that the country has never really was able to get over financially, spiritually, and all these kinds of elements. Yep.
Face the bullets of their guns, Russia startles and her sons. of the brave who stand against the typhoon wave. From the mountains and the plains, coming thousands on the trains.
I love the main riff in his voice. Absolutely love it. It's just, I don't know, it has this epicness to the music that's uniquely Sabaton. And his voice, I love. You usually don't hear accents in singing. Like it's something that occurred to me when I was younger. It was like when you'd hear a Rob Halford talk and you hear this British accent, and then he sings and it goes away. It was very hard to hear. And for him, I don't know if he purposely accentuates it, but it sounds so good. Joachim sounds so good with the accent. Swedish, right? I think was it Swedish? No, they're not Swedish. Like Finnish or Swedish band. I'm sorry if I forgot. But the idea is just like I love the sound of the music. It just has this kind of a upbeat, epic sound, but they'll be singing about something that's completely serious.
Day and night, they're rolling in to join the fight. From Kazakhstan to Magadan, call of the motherland, Russia shall prevail. Stand in full command, the blood for the whole land. Hear the mother's call, wait for the storm.
What I'm really impressed in the lyrics actually is how we talk about Mother Russia, right? I know everybody has here that the stereotypical Mother Russia, but there's a, even to me who's not been there for 25 years and honestly don't want to go back because you know it wasn't a safe place at the time. There is a yearning for your motherland, and you're kind of proud of the fight that they put up in these important battles in history. Current events, I'm not going to talk about what's happening with Ukraine and what they've done with Ukraine and Belarus and all these other countries, but at the moment in time when it was important and the battle was clear why it was happening, it really was you're fighting for your homeland, your motherland. And like even to this day, I remember when I was a kid and I would take a loaf of bread and it started molding, I would start throwing it away into the garbage. And my grandfather would yell at me, so, how dare you try to throw away bread? I'm like, I was confused, like, what do you mean? It's like, this is a sin to throw away bread. Because he grew up in World War II. He knows what it was like to get your hands on bread. Or my mother who would stand, 3 or 4 hours in line to get shoes that were half the size too small, half size too big. So there's a remembering of what it was like before and how hard times were and how you had to really unite, and also kind of the bad times of the country and all its turmoil as well.
Moscow will never give in, there is no surrender. Force them into retreat and into defeat.
I really like the music video too. Oh, I like this. I'm loving this. Yeah. The solo, the classic camouflage guitars and outfits. It's very hard not to like them. Even my brother, who is not exactly a fan of their sound, every single time we saw him live, it was the highlight of the day for both of us. Yeah. And Joachim, does he still play keyboard in the band as well? Does he still do it? Because I don't remember it, to be honest. I remember him playing guitar actually when I saw them live, but I don't remember him playing keyboards anymore.
Moscow will
right? Russians use the same strategy they used with Napoleon, is starvation and our environment, our cold environment. And those are the whole story that would teach us is, as sometimes Russians would have to retreat further into inland, they would burn crops and burn everything, so not to leave Germans, or even the day of the Napoleon, like the French War, Napoleon, they would burn the crops, so they would have nothing, so they have to be starving as they go through these lands, which was a very risky strategy, right? But when it gets that desperate, I really like there also a total respect to both sides. Notice how I didn't say Nazis. I said the German force. Because it was just two opposite sides with two different ideologies, but it doesn't make all the people on the other side bad automatically. And I'm Jewish, by the way. It doesn't make them bad automatically. There's politics involved. Not everybody, these people were disheartened by Germany. In Germany, the soldiers, German soldiers, they didn't like what the hell was going on. They didn't know what was going on. Some people didn't know that there were concentration camps outside their cities. It's not so black and white as the way they taught you in school. Of course, it was an important war for the Allies to win, 100%. But it's also important to be respectful of both sides. It is a very famous Russian movie called The 18 Seasons of Fall. It's about a Russian spy who infiltrated in the 30s and stayed there through the whole war. His job was to take down certain elements of the Nazi regime. And in there, they portray every Nazi or German general in a very respectful and intelligent manner, because you'd have to be intelligent, smart, to be able to take over the known world, so to say, so quickly as they were. So I think it's interesting to know both sides of the history, not just the side of the victors. That's kind of my opinion. Really enjoyed the song. I really like this. This was fun. Bismarck and this are in the same kind of element. I might just like the instrumentality of Bismarck a little bit more, but obviously the epicness of the song really kind of stands, which I want to check out now, Stalingrad as well. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction, and if I made any mistakes from history perspective, I'm talking off the top of my head. So obviously I probably could have made some mistakes as well. You can correct me there. But I think the general message is kind of carried across how I feel. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this reaction. Enjoy the rest of your week. Stay safe out there. Enjoy the holidays. Most of all, keep it metal.